Hey guys, got a really cool unboxing for you. I am pumped about this unboxing. You know, it's always a good day when you get a package in the mail, and this package came quite earlier than expected. I purchased a Bible on Allen Biblesdirect.com about a week and 2 days ago, about 9 days ago, and it already came in. I was not expecting this Bible for another week. So it was a really good surprise when my receptionist emailed me and told me I had a package waiting. So again, this is a Bible from R.L. Allen and Sons Publishers. Let's go ahead and bust it open. All right, so as with any R.L. Allen Bible, you get a beautiful, modern, simple blue box. It's very simple all the way around, and you got your R.L. Allen identification sticker on the side here. Now this is the English Standard Version, New Classic Reader's Edition in black, Meriva Calfskin. Now I don't buy Bibles very frequently anymore, but every so often I check on Evangelical Bibles and BiblesDirect.com to see if there's any new premium Bibles out there. And every so often Allen does a special printing, and I just happened to hop on Bibles Direct one day and saw under the ESV Bible tab that they are releasing a ESV New Classic Readers in Meriva Calfskin. Now they had 5 different colors available. They had black, navy blue. They had 2 black options. One was red under gold, one was blue under silver. Then they had the navy blue with red ribbons. They had a purple and a petrol blue. So they had about 4 or 5 options, and it's bound and printed in the Netherlands. You know, if you're following R.L. Allen and Bibles Direct, you'll notice a lot of times when you go to purchase a ESV Bible that many of them are discounted due to defects when in publishing and printing, and that's a big disheartening factor for me. I don't understand why they can't get their product control, their quality control up to standard. But all of their King James Version Bibles are printed and bound in the Netherlands, and they are premium as all get out. Now, I was pumped to see an ESV New Classic Readers Edition in, printed and bound in the Netherlands. Now, before I bust this open, I wanted to show you another Classic Readers Edition that I have in ESV, and this is again black goatskin, but this is the black Highland goatskin, which I love the grain of it. English Standard Version. But one thing that I'll show you later on, maybe in another video, is some inconsistencies in this Bible that I don't enjoy too much. And it's bound by Charfleet, not by Royal Youngblood. So, without further ado, let's get this box opened. All right, and here it is. So man, out of the box, just the smell of leather just permeated the room that I'm in, my office. It just smells so wonderful, so rich. I can smell it from 5 feet away, to be honest with you. And it's super smooth, like buttery smooth. And this is that Meriva Calfskin. Now, generally, I don't buy calfskin Bibles. Generally, I buy goatskin because I feel like goatskin is more durable. And it is to some degree. But this was my first introduction to a Meriva Calfskin, and that was one of the big reasons I bought it, was the Meriva Calfskin, but also the being bound and printed in the Netherlands. So just, you know, at the start, looking at this cover, it's very beautiful. There's a soft grain. It's not super textured. Again, it's a buttery smooth grain. Now there is a semi-yap around the edges, perimeter of the Bible. Now you have a tooled line. It's not perimeter stitched. You've actually got 2 tooled lines, which is pretty common with Allen Bibles. They don't do much perimeter stitching, mostly tooling, but you'll see that yap, really nicely done. The spine here is very clean, Holy Bible, English Standard Version, and Allen. And one thing you'll get with these is the hubs are just slightly raised. Rather than being mostly etched in, there's a little bit of raised effect, if you can see that. Not too much, but it is there. And on the back, of course, it's already got dirt on it. Look at that. On the back, you've got that beautiful, soft calfskin liner. This is just amazingly soft. I can't wait to see what this breaks in like. That's one thing you'll get with a calfskin liner of any kind is a, not calfskin liner, calfskin cover. You'll get a different break-in than you would with the goat skin. So let's go ahead and pop this Bible open. On the inside, you get a navy blue end sheet and inner liner with calfskin. Meriva Calfskin right there. Now these corners are some of the best corners I've seen done. They're pleated, they're glued properly. You got a beautiful art gilding around the outside. I love that. This is an edge-lined Bible, of course. Opening it up, you've got some basic Allen end sheets and introduction page. Very clean, I love it. Nice family records section, marriages, grandchildren. This is an heirloom Bible, so it's meant to be handed down and it's meant to really last your whole life. So looking at this, you've got Holy Bible, English Standard Version, of course your contents. Now this is a crossway text block. So with it being a crossway text block, it's a bit nicer than most other Allen Bibles that have the ESV text block because it's printed and bound in the Netherlands. It's not printed and bound, it's not printed in China. So the paper is still just as thick as a 36 GSM paper, but it is not printed in China. And with that being said, the paper is much more smooth. Much smoother indeed. So opening it up, man, you just get a classic look. It's a double column paragraph format. Now, of course, in Proverbs and Psalms, it's going to be verse by verse. But other than that, it's a paragraph format. You do get 3 long double-sided satin Beresford ribbons, which are beautiful. I am going to replace the ribbons on this to a red ribbon, and I'll tell you why in a second. But that's my plan. Probably going to send it out. I don't want to mess with it myself. I've never done a ribbon change. Not saying I couldn't do it. I think it's pretty easy, but I'd rather just send it out to somebody else and have that done. So looking at a text block, man, oh man, look at that thing. It's up in your face. It's big. It's bold. It's proud. I love it. So you've got the double column paragraph format, and you've got your reference suite here in the inner or center margin with your footnotes at the bottom. Now, the one thing I love about this Bible here is the size and the paper. It's a thick 36 GSM paper. It takes highlighting and writing like a champ. It's meant to last. It's meant to be written in. And the margins are actually pretty good. I would say it's about a 3/4 inch margin on the sides, on the outer margins at least. You've got maybe a 1/2 inch on the inner margins, not much writing able to be done in there, and then probably about 1/2 inch on the top and bottom as well. So this would definitely be doable for some small notes, or even just some small Bible symbols. Not going to be your wide margin, but that's not what it's meant for. So going ahead and looking into the Gospels, this is a black letter text, so the words of Christ are not in red. Not a big deal for me. I kind of appreciate them being in black over red, just for the purpose of, I get distracted by red text. I feel like when you're in the Gospels and you're reading in a red letter text Bible, it's hard to pay attention to the black text in between the red, because it makes it seem like, oh, the red's the only important stuff. So it just distracts me personally. Getting to the back of the Bible, you've got a very strong, thick, and long concordance, full of references. I love a good concordance in the Bible. I use it very, very often. This one is very, very long. Let's just see how thick this thing is. So that right there is the concordance. A lot of pages. Almost almost 100 pages long of concordance. Getting past the concordance, you've got illustrations and maps, which is kind of new for a Bible this size for me. I'm not used to having these, but I guess they could be good. So you've got some illustrations of the tabernacle and court, tabernacle tent, some of the high priestly, clothing and so on and so forth. There's the Ark of the Covenant. Here's Jerusalem in the time of David, time of Solomon, Solomon's temple, Jerusalem in the time of Hezekiah, and Jerusalem in the time of Jesus. So really cool. They got the Herod's temple, synagogue and Jewish worship. Just a lot of beautiful illustrations and maps in this Bible. Now, getting ahead is one of my favorite parts of Allen Bibles, is the lined notebook paper. This right here is probably about 40 pages of lined notebook paper. And it's instead of being a double column format, it's just a single column. So there's no break in the center. I don't know if I enjoy that as much. I typically like the double column, but either way, having lined notebook paper in the back is a must for me. I've been so spoiled in Bibles having that. I just can't do without. So I love it. Now let me grab a few other Bibles to do some size comparisons and some other comparisons as well. Here are two premium flagship Bibles, two different brands. Of course, we've got the Allen Meriva Calfskin right here, the Allen New Classic Readers, and then you've got the Schuyler Quintel in black goatskin. And so just to kind of give you a glimpse of the differences, the goatskin is a lot tighter grain, more textured. The calfskin's a lot smoother and just smells better in my opinion. There's a much stronger smell. But that's not really what I care about most. I care about the size, because some Bibles are just too big to carry on a daily basis. And I want to kind of compare those for you today. The Schuyler Quintel is my main everyday carry Bible. And I also use the PSQ when I'm going to ministry trips or out of town, stuff like that. But this is my main everyday carry. And I would say that it was big at first, but I've really gotten used to it. And so I believe that this Bible, being close to the same size, I will get used to pretty quickly as well. So if you look at the size, just by first glance, they are the same exact size, about the same height, the same width, and the same thickness. Well, yeah, about the same thickness. The Quintel might be a little bit thicker, but pretty much the same thickness. Now, if you were to put these Bibles on top of each other, you'll notice that the New Classic Readers has about a ½ inch height difference, and I believe it's because of the yap. The text block itself is probably the same size, but the yap kind of makes it a little bit taller. On the side here, you'll have raised ribs. On the readers, you will not have as raised of ribs. So that's kind of a downfall for some people. Others, it's not. But the size is good, man. I'm an adult size male. This is my hand. So I think if it was any bigger, I probably wouldn't go with it. But with it being the same size as a Quintel, I can definitely see myself using this Bible in the future. And that brings me to my next part of this video, is why I got this Bible. All right, so before me, right here is the main reason I got this Bible. It's also the main reason I got the Highland New Classic Readers Allen Bible. But again, there were some defects with that one that I could see not, standing up to long-term use, so I'm probably gonna sell it. But this one right here, why I got this Meriva New Classic Readers ESV Bible. I love having two Bibles, one that's bigger to take notes in and one that's smaller to carry more portable. And I love when those same Bibles have the same text block, meaning that if I want to look at Job chapter 2, it's going to be on the exact same page and the exact same spot on that page in both Bibles. And that's why I got this one. So what this Bible is right here is a rebound ESV 1 by Allen. It was rebound by rustic nails you can look on my channel, and I've got a video on this Bible. Amazing work. Rustic nails are a great Bible rebindery. They're kind of new still, but they're amazing. So I'm not going to go into depth on the details of this Bible or the specs or anything like that, but mostly going to concern the text block. So this Bible, again, is the Allen. The text block actually is the same text block they use in the Allen ESV 1. And this is on 36 GSM paper, printed in China. So it's a bit rougher, but the same thickness. So let's just go ahead and go to Isaiah 63 here. If I was to read Isaiah 63 in this Bible, and then I open up to Isaiah 63 in this Bible, it will be in the exact same spot. Let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, here we go. So, ESV 1 text block, 753, Isaiah 63, 13, the Lord's Day of Vengeance, Isaiah 63. Looking at the New Classic Readers, 753, Isaiah 63, 13, and Isaiah 63. So you'll see that the text block is the exact same. Here's Isaiah 62. Isaiah 62 on the same exact page. So this in turn is a minimized version of this Bible, and I love that. That's why I use the Schuyler PSQ, the Schuyler Quintel, and the Schuyler Wide Margin. Those are my 3 main Bibles that I use. They're all across the board the same, exact to a T. And so that's why I wanted a premium, durable, quality ESV New Classic Readers. And so I got one with the Meriva Calfskin, and I love it. Even though I just got it, I'm sure I will love it in the future. And another thing I like about these Bibles is they've got book introductions. You don't find that in many Bibles these days. And I'm a pastor, and I'm in Bible college, so naturally as I learn, I'll know about what each book is about. But it's a benefit when they have these book introductions at the beginning. I love that. It's really helpful for those looking for a context, and I couldn't be more pleased. So guys, that is it. This is the first look at a Allen ESV New Classic Readers in Meriva Calfskin. At the time of filming this video, I have not seen any other YouTube videos on this Bible. I think this is actually the first time they have released a Meriva Calfskin ESV New Classic Readers. But I am glad that I was able to get one. And again, I'm going to change these ribbons to a red just to match this. That way, two black Bibles with red ribbons. I would love that, just to kind of make it match even more. So guys, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will post a link to that page on the internet for you to pick up one of these for yourself. I can't tell you how long they're going to be available, but I will post it nonetheless. Until next time, God bless.